everybody. He did a great job. Round of applause. Round of applause. This is great. Really good stuff right now. So we're in the media corner, guys, which is super exciting, by the way, because we're trying to lay out the office in a new way, which is more conducive to productivity. And so we gave the media team like a little corner, and that was awesome. And so now we're looking to try to paint it and stuff like that, but it's a new desk, right? It's a new place. They got all the kits like on a shelf over here. You probably can't see it. I can see it. That's what matters. You know, I'll show it to you guys if you need to see it, but then we've got like a fake brick wall. No, I'm joking. They laid brick all day. They got all the brick, made it themselves, beat the stone, got the cement and mortar, put it all together. That's awesome. So, no, but we're super pumped. Are we doing anything on the live stream today? Is there anything supposed to be going on?
Today is the day!
Giveaway!
Oh, yeah! That's right. We're giving away the brand new, like, $1,800 Stomp bag for free. I don't know. Dude, can you carry it?
I don't know.
Can you carry the weight?
You're going the wrong,
Hey, I brought it over here, dog. He's doing really good, guys. He's doing really, really good. Look at it. Look at her. Wow. Hot dang. Wait, how much does she weigh?
38 pounds.
38 pounds. Okay, wears super well. Like,
It
in
really
all
does.
reality.
Oh my gosh, the weight actually is
Yeah.
distributed very well.
So TJ carried not this exact pack, but the exact model all through SHOT Show. Over 40 miles he rucked through SHOT Show on 3 days, or 4 days. And dude, he loved it. I mean, he was sore because he rucked, but he wasn't like, my shoulders are sore or my back is sore. He's like, dude, just regular rucking
But
stuff.
with the straps, the way they're supposed to be, I don't know if I'm high enough, low enough, whatever. Anyways,
You're good.
Yeah.
with the straps actually cinched onto your shoulders, it distributes the weight very well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the frame is really well built and everything like that. So we're going to be giving that sucker away at some point in this live stream. But first, we always want to give a shout out to Jocko Fuel. Guys, Jocko Fuel, the podcast and the freaking the show every day is run on Jocko Fuel. That's what keeps us going. We have, not only do we have the creatine, so that way we're getting full optimization of our gains, but we've got combat tested for you guys who are trying to boost a little bit of your testosterone production. The Jocko Mulk, super duper fire, super duper tasty, as well as the Jocko Go, which I'm sipping on a citrus psycho today. You had your little microphone here, and I moved a Jocko Mulk.
At the same time I was pulling
Look at this little microphones. Isn't this just, so they had this little microphone, and then they have these little hands that they've been trying to use for videos. I hate them. I hate the little hands. I don't know what they add in terms of content value. If you think that it adds something in terms of content value by using these little props and stuff like that, can you throw it in the comment section below? I don't think that it, see,
Make it a thumbs up.
yeah, put a
Make
little
it thumbs
hand
up.
if you think that these are good. I think they're weird and creepy, and I
Watch your
don't
opinion.
like them. But I do like the microphone, though. It's kind of cool.
You should put the little hands on each of the buttons.
Stop throwing hands at me. She's throwing hands. Holy smokes. It all makes sense now. That's what that saying means. No, but in all reality, shout out to Jocko Fuel for sponsoring the show. We always love them. Their stuff is...
That shit is hella fire.
It's hella fire. It's so good. And then I believe today is Wednesday. We had a Trivia Tuesday, right?
We did.
Do we want to do our Trivia Tuesday?
You can?
Are we ready?
Yeah, you're not going to read the question. They have to put it
Right,
on the
right.
newsletter.
So at this point, if you know the Trivia Tuesday answer from the email,
You know that. Okay, I was going to say.
do you know? I don't know what the question was.
was
I'm not
the-
looped in.
They're all answering the same
It
thing.
was the blood type one.
Oh, it's universal donor or universal recipient?
I believe it's universal recipient.
So that would be...
Or no, it's universal donor. What is the question? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. We weren't ready for that. They weren't ready for it. I threw them in a loop. I'm messing up their whole schedule. They wanted to do the Stomp bag right away, and I'm holding off on the Stomp bag.
It would have to be AB negative. It's either AB negative or O negative. So,
Stop saying the answer. Hold on.
well, it doesn't matter. It's one of the two, but they've already said it.
They already said it, so it's whoever had it first in the chat. That's how it works. Squatch Survival Gears here. Hey, Squatch Survival. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't worry, we haven't done a giveaway. We were waiting for you to come in. And we're getting going here. just started the stream here a minute ago. We're doing the Trivia Tuesday. So if you knew the answer, you got to throw it in the chat already. We've got one. We're just trying to figure out if it's recipient or if it's donor in the newsletter. I don't know. Do you have to look up the newsletter?
I'm looking, but I'm looking at all the other opposite newsletters apparently.
Okay. All right.
And not the correct one.
I got it.
Stuart's prepping. How are we doing? In the meantime, while they pull up the answer and they figure out who answered first in the chat, I'll let you know.
Recipient.
So figure out who had it first in the chat.
That would be universal recipient.
My chat, nobody got it because they're all saying AB positive.
So check the
No one
chats.
commented
All the
on
mon.
Facebook at all.
No, universal recipient is AB positive.
Do you guys
Positive can receive.
Negative.
It's
So
universal
that-
recipient, so it's
electric
AB.
craft 9-8 got it in mine like
Electric
Barely.
Craft 9-8.
electric
Is that
craft
what you said?
9-8.
Electric Craft 9-8. There it is. And you win. And this is for the whatchamacallit, right? So you win a tourniquet is what it is. So Electric Craft 9-8. Reach out to admin at RM so that way you can grab your free Cat Gen 7 tourniquet, which is awesome. What are you doing?
Was making fun of you.
Are you making fun of me? Why?
I was like, and you won a.
I was trying to remember what I decided what it was. Hey, listen.
Yeah, just let them know, Callie, the wife is not here, so we're a little behind because she is like.
Yeah,
woman
usually-
of the, like, all
Yeah,
the things.
she usually has all this laid out, but she's watching a kid. And we had 2 sheep that were born this morning, so she's had her hands full, so she's been doing stuff. Twin sheep. But anyways, so we're about ready to do the stomp bag here. So Squatch, when you are ready, if you want to go ahead and send the request to be in the live stream, we'll pull Squatch survival gear up here in the live stream, so that way we can talk to him and have him on the show as well. It'll be awesome. And we'll do this freaking giveaway. I'm excited. So this is the new stomp bag, right? So made in America. Squatch survival gear. They're down in Texas.
Oh, Squatch is on.
Squatch is on.
We got it.
He's here. Boom. So I'm gonna set this on there. Go. We're ready. Here we go. Can I hear him? Do I get to hear him?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see that beautiful looking bag.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I mean, whoever made this, they knew what they were doing.
Incredible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Good. I gotta meet whoever made this one day. Maybe, hopefully,
I
if
don't
I'm
know.
lucky.
Hold on.
What happened?
The phone locked.
Here we go. We're about to do this giveaway. Are we ready?
Do you have the
You're paused.
winner?
I'm paused.
You're
Where?
paused
On what?
on Instagram.
I fixed it. It's because the phone locked.
We're
We got
fixed.
it.
We're not paused anymore. We're up. We're moving, covering.
Do you have the winner?
You need to sit.
I have the winner.
I know you have the winner. I don't have the winner. But if I sit, I'll be hidden behind the bag. So if I can't,
Just go to this side.
I'm just gonna pop around the corners. You guys will never be able to see me. No.
Can you read it?
I can read that.
Can you read it?
You wrote it in silver Sharpie, and you're holding it in between 2 studio lights. So if you can imagine, it is quite reflective. So I
You know
can.
that maybe we shouldn't do this today thing?
Yeah. I give up on today. And meow.
You also can't see. You can't see above the stomp bag.
I can't. All right, I'm moving the stop. I'm
Yeah,
moving the
here we
stop.
go,
We're
okay.
doing it. How many people do we have here right now? We're having a good time. Chris, it's been a day.
Oh, we finally got commenters on Facebook.
30, 60, 37, 5. We got them on
Sweet.
all platforms.
Sweet. Okay, so the brand new stomp bag valued at almost $1,800, right? Almost $2,000 for free 30 is, can I get a drum roll? Christina Kibalco, as I think how you say that. Christina Kibalco. What was her order number? Do we have her order number? She has your order number pulled up. Christina Kibalco, if you're in the chat, go ahead and shout yourself out so we can see you in the chat. Christina, if you're not watching this, we will shoot you an email and we'll let you know, right, that you won it. So you'll get an email from our email. Once you responding, then we'll get your shipping information and everything like that. We'll figure out how to get this behemoth over to you so that way you're prepared for every situation.
RM 18885.
18885. That is your order. Christina Kibalco, freaking awesome. We're so thankful to everybody who participated. If you liked this, if you like the opportunity to win something, throw a comment in the chat because we're going to continue to do this. I think it's an awesome way to get people engaged and get good medical components into people's hands, as well as you guys got a deal. So you got an awesome discount on the medical kits, that 10% and the free shipping while we were doing the whole SHOT Show thing. So it's a win-win, I think, for everybody here. So truly awesome. Great stuff. Taylor from ARVCOM is on. I love that guy. Chris, do you know Christina Cabalco?
I don't, not right off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't either. So hopefully it's a new person. They really need this kit for whatever reason, you know. So I really hope that you get a lot out of this kit and that you're blessed by having it. I hope that you never have to use it, honestly. I hope you use it as a training aid and as a learning tool. I hope that you never have to use it in the field, but I'm happy you have it in case you need it. So congratulations once again to Christina Cabalco. At this point, Chris, if you could, you want to jump off, or if you want to talk about maybe your side of the experience. We just want to say thank you so much for you supporting us through SHOT Show. We're super excited. Here in February, we are planning on launching the new Stomp bags. Both we've done a stop sale on all the Chinesium smaller bags right now for the mini Stomp and the Mac 4. So the medium assault packs that we used to sell, we're no longer selling them. We're holding all sales until we can have it through Chris and through Squatch Survival because they're American built, American focused, and we have only a couple more of the original Stomps left. And after we cycle through those, it's time to move into America only. It's time to prioritize us, our economy, and our infrastructure. And so we're super excited to be working with you, Chris, and everything you're doing.
Yeah, anytime. It's my pleasure. It was just a blessing. Coming to visit y'all was just really moving because when I saw how you were utilizing the Grassman pack and all the components that we built for it a year ago, I want you to think about that. A year ago, we started building that, and it was in planning about 6 months before that. It was like we were building that pack for
Yeah.
your mission.
Yep.
And we just, we're just so honored and thankful that it works for y'all, and it was absolutely incredible to see that laid out with what you guys have done with it is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're going to save lives, man.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, we're going to save lives. That's what we're going to do. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Chris. We greatly appreciate you. We hope that you have a great day, man.
Drop off.
We should be able to kick you.
I think, because I'm not sure if I know how to do this.
You should just hit the X in the corner.
Thanks.
Thanks.
There you go. Yep.
We good to go?
Good.
Awesome. Now we're moving to the Refuge HQ portion where we do the Q&A, right? You got the Q's. We got the answers. We're not going to say A's, right? Too much assumption allowed. But we're going to give away one more prize here through... Thank you. Thank you for the late clap. We're going to do one more prize giveaway through the process, and I'll decide what trivia question I'll do. I'm going to do it sporadically. I'm just holding all these hands now. People thought the hands were weird in the chats, by the way.
No, some people liked them.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Nobody liked them. Nobody liked them. All right, so if you have any questions about Refuge Medical, about SHOT Show, about what we just did, about the new Stomp bag, about anything in our processes, right, or what our plans are for 23, anything like that, feel free to throw it in the chat. So we have Facebook here, we have YouTube here, we have Instagram here, we have TikTok here, we don't have Rumble here, and we don't have, there's no way to do Twitter.
Yeah.
So we're all here, right? If you have questions or anything like that, dude, Taylor, the hands do not rock. Stop saying that. Feel free to throw your questions in the chat. We love transparency.
Somebody asked if we had a contact email.
We do have a contact email. It depends on who you're trying to contact. We have a straight admin email, so just admin@Refuge Medical, and they'll be able to help you out with anything that you need. They'll probably be able to direct you wherever you need to go as well.
Patty's question.
What was Patty's question?
When will you announce the Origin partnership?
When will we announce the Origin partnership? Well,
What are you talking about?
I would never say when. I would never say that fabric was just shipped today. I would never say that I just got tracking on all of our fabric. So I would never say that the kits are going on pre-sale. I would never tell you that we're announcing it here shortly. So that's what.
I mean,
So did Patty text you?
No, it was in the chat.
Oh, it was in the. Oh, we're live. Yeah, it's okay. I would never say it. So.
That wasn't like.
Got another
somebody
question.
else said more tiny hands, please.
People love the tiny hands.
Boo.
Put it on your finger.
This time I'm
And
gonna
put your hand in your sleeve.
listen. I'm knife handing them with my
How to put
freaking.
your sleeve up.
Oh, is that how I gotta do it?
Yes.
So why did my arm get so small right there though? Like what happened to that?
But we're supposed to have like it all the way.
It's not a
up where it's
proportional
just
funnel.
a hand.
This is a medical channel. We are serious.
Okay, I got a good question.
Okay, what's the question?
What was y'all's most enlightening thing you experienced at SHOT Show?
Yo.
Enlightening.
So I have a couple. I'll do two, right? So my first one is that the world is crazy. I would go to bed at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I would come downstairs at 6 o'clock, and there are the same people drinking Jack and Coke at 6 in the morning, smoking a cigarette, and just playing video games at like $1 a play. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. I was approached by a lady of the night, whom when this happened, I was actually on the phone with Britt, talking work while she was next to my wife. This lady of the night approached me at 7 in the morning on a Tuesday, which is the world is crazy, right? And I was like yelling at her, and I was like, repent, get away from me, you know, all this stuff. So my first, experience, enlightenment, if you would, was that the world is 100% freaking crazy.
Steven said, are you sure it was a lady?
No. Because I have.
Didn't get that close.
She made physical contact with me, which like I am not I don't want to touch people most of the time. Like I'm not a big toucher, and so like I almost got like physical. Like I almost got like my natural reaction was to like shove her off and create space. And like so I just like threw her hand and I was like, get away from me. I'm like, dude, what? I couldn't believe it because I already passed her and like told her no, go away. And I was just walking, had my messenger bag, had my coffee. I'm like, here we go. We're gonna conquer the day. And dude, it was a crazy experience. My second most enlightening experience was talking to Jerry Michalek at length. Jerry's a really, really smart guy. He's super, super based, and he understands the problem with modern America. I had just really good conversation with him, and he just had some encouraging words that honestly doesn't belong to you guys on the internet. That's between me and him. And so, but nonetheless, that was an enlightening moment. And the final one was how awesome ARFCOM is in the industry and how deep they are in the industry. I didn't realize how deep ARFCOM goes in the industry, but it's cool to hang out with them and know them and party with them. Like, not party. We like
Chill.
talked analytics. Like we talked data. But, and know how deep they are in the industry. So that was really great.
Got another question.
Yep,
Do you have an adventure kit handy to reference the size?
I do. Here's an adventure kit. It is handy. So, it's about yay big, right? Very, very comprehensive kit. I highly recommend it. I'm not going to go through all the details because we have people that do that all the time now. But what I will tell you is this bag, I'm hyper focused on this bag because I use this bag every day. So I carry all my stuff in there every single day and I use it. I beat the piss out of it and it holds up. It's solid. And like, I didn't do anything special for my bag. I like went to a bin, grabbed one, and took it because I wanted to get the full experience. I want to know like, hey, can I trust this? And it is a great, great bag, truly.
And I believe the dimensions are on the website.
Yeah, the dimensions are on the website there below. I don't know. I would guess probably 6, maybe 7 inches by 10.5, maybe 11 inches by maybe about 12 inches. 12, 13 inches. So I hope that helps, but that's what I got.
Do we have a 30-liter pack?
We don't have a 30-liter pack, but we could have a 30-liter pack, and I can help you. I would recommend that you get your 30-liter pack through Squatch Survival Gear. We are going to have a 25-liter pack and a 55-liter pack on our website for sale once we launch with the American pack. So if you want to wait, the 25-liter pack is a true 25-liter pack. Like I've had a 55-liter pack, and that's an actual 55-liter pack,
Somebody else wants to see it, so you can grab it.
and it's huge. Like
A lot of people can't like exponentially count their little pockets.
yeah, this is a very very large bag, and it's a 55-liter pack. So I'm really I use their 25-liter pack. It's very successful as well, and so we probably have one of those here. I could show you.
25.
Do we have a mini Stomp bag here?
Right there.
No, he
Nope.
wants the new one.
Oh, the new one.
You want the new one?
Yep.
They want to see the frame. Can you do a full? Don't spill your chocolate.
Do we not have that?
So the frame is supported by these pads up here, and it goes all the way through, and it hugs your hips, but it goes outward. It doesn't hug your hips super tight and cause discomfort or any rubbing. The frame is really good, and it's light. It's a light poly frame. It's not like a tubular frame.
Do we know the weight capacity of that 55 liter? I know Chris probably does.
Chris probably does. I don't know how. Why would you want to test that? I mean, you should.
They just asked.
I don't know. It's a good question. This is the 25-liter here, and this pops out a lot more here on the bottom. It's not doing a good representation. And it's a pretty good size pack as well. I fit quite a bit in here. I can carry most of my gear in this bag. I could probably, there's one that he has in the middle that I could fit an old Stomp bag in too. And I think that's a 35-liter pack.
Oh, somebody wants to know if kits will be available at ATS.
Kits?
Yeah.
No. No, ATS ain't about Refuge. ATS is about the Father, Yahuwah, our Elohim, baby. It's about that good Lord. About reading that word and getting that worship on.
I don't know if Chris is still on. He hasn't said the weight capacity, but.
Yeah. No, it's a good answer about the kits, though.
And
I
then-
could bring you your kit. Like, if you grab one, and you just, like, bring it to ATS. I bring it with me.
Oh,
But,
he is still on. Chris, what's the weight capacity of the Grassman?
yep.
If you.
We got to know, Chris. The people want to know. They want to know what the weight capacity, what's the heaviest that you could load that pack up. I'd say probably 100 pounds,
the
200
Stomp bag
pounds.
alone
But you
is
wouldn't want to
38.
do that.
They said that they carry 35 to 40 pounds of gear in their backpack, and the Stomp is 38, so it
Yeah.
definitely can hold.
It runs 38 beautifully. Like, it does not feel like 38 pounds.
Really carries the load very well.
Yeah, it does not feel like 38 pounds at all when you're carrying it. But that's a great question. More questions, feel free, seriously.
Chris has been told that it's held 85 pounds just fine.
85 pounds, just fine. I mean, yeah, how many? I'm sure that bag and that frame is good for 150 to 200 pounds. But
Why?
why would you do, like, if you weigh 220 pounds and you put 130 pounds in a rucksack, that's insane.
So I have a
Maybe they want to use it for hunting.
I have a mystery ranch pack.
That is rated at 150 pounds for the load-bearing frame. And that frame seems more robust than my mystery ranch
Yeah.
It says he said the frame is rated for that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that tracks. Yep, the Kimura is the 35 liters. Copy that.
We
Good
got
to know.
another question. Grant wants to know, do you have an IFAK for belts and plate carriers?
I do. I have both. That's a great question. Belts and plate carriers.
Do you want a dangler?
I would love a dangler. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
dangler right there. In the bucket.
In the bucket.
Top of
In
the
the
bucket.
bucket. Cool. All right, let's talk belts first. They must hate their joints. Yeah, that tracks, Taylor. So this is a great belt kit. This is the SOB, small of back, right? So there's two malice clips right here that go on the belt. Sits right here on the small of the back, and it doesn't interfere at all with any of your workspace, or if you're sitting in a vehicle, moving around, or anything like that. Really small, weighs less than a loaded AR mag, and you have your full blowout kit right here. So you're able to work marchy, as well as you have your tourniquet on the outside fully staged, which is great. The next one that I recommend is the ARC, so the Advanced Ripaway Kit. Now, there's two ways that you can do this, right? So this right here, these straps are for mounting it on a headrest on a vehicle. So you asked for plate carriers, so we're not going to go into that right now, right? And so we have malice clips right here, right, that you can run into a plate carrier right here on the chest, right? You can run it, or right here on the side. You can run it right here on your gut, on your abdominal. You can run it on the back, whatever you wanted to do. You could also run your belt just through each of the malice clips like you do on the SOB, and run it back there. What you can also do, though, which I like, is if you have a plate carrier, majority of the time there's a cummerbund right here, right? And so you can take this dangler like so, and you can attach it under your cummerbund, which allows it now to hang. And the arc, instead of being on your malice clip backer, right, like so, it goes onto your dangler backer right here. Very modular. We wanted to give you guys options because we know that people like options, and I like options. So once your dangler is then attached to your cummerbund, it sits right here and it moves with your body, but it doesn't jerk or cause a lot of weight or bounce around a lot or anything like that. It stays pretty solid, but you still have quick access with either hand, right? And it's not sitting where your shingles would sit. It's not on your side and messing up where your arms are moving if you're having to get a lot of motion. And it's out of the way, kind of like a drop-down admin pouch or something similar to that. So those would be my recommendations for your plate carrier and then your belt kit. That'd be...
He asked if it would work with the JPC.
What?
With the JPC? He said so the dangler would work with the JPC, correct?
If your cummerbund or if your cummerbund detaches and there's hook and loop underneath it, right? It should work with your plate carrier just fine. There's so many different types of plate carriers. Nobody has one inside here. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure somebody does.
I mean,
but-
people have them. They're in their trucks probably. Yeah, it'll work with a majority of plate carriers. And even still, you have the other backer as well, right? And so this has your malice clip. So anything that's running a molly attachment or malice attachment, you're able to run here. So don't fret. You know, we want to run modular for every system possible. And then I do recommend that on the dangler, you take this little backer piece off from your headrest and you put it on there because it allows it to come off of the backer a lot easier, right? It sits in the middle. So what I just did is I put this piece in the middle so that there's less hook and loop grabbing on this side of the kit, which allows it to then detach easier, right? Less hold. I would recommend you do that if you were going to switch it. But what do I know? I don't know much about these kits. Haven't spent much time with them. It's a challenge, you know. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Great question. Great question.
I got another question.
Another question. Send it.
If someone took responder classes 1, 2, and 3, how would that compare to a CLS course?
That's a 2-hour conversation.
I was gonna say.
The curriculum's different. That's how it would differ. You're going to go over similar things. Scenario training is going to be completely different. We're going to go into different topics. CLS is going to go into a completely different route into austere medicine at certain times. We don't go into that. CLS is going to talk about battlefield administration of IVs and drugs. We don't do that. So yeah.
Howitzer Hill said it's more intense than a CLS course.
I'm sure that I believe that majority of CLS courses aren't as hardcore as we are on civilian. Now, there's certain things that inside of CLS courses, when you're in the military, they're going to teach you that we can't teach you. There's
Ours is a
different.
civilian.
Ours are for civilians, and when we train law enforcement and EMTs and military, we train them differently because we can. So it is what it is. Got to do what you got to do. Any more questions? More questions. O negative universal donor, by the way. Nice. I'm O neg too, or am I? You'll never know.
Do we have specific for...
Too much in OPSEC.
You're like, pull it back.
I had already said it. I'm like, damn. That was a mistake. Why'd I tell the internet my blood type?
Do you have suggestions for gear bags for CERT, C-E-R-T, Community Emergency Response Team?
Yeah. What was...
We have suggestions for a bag for them.
Yeah, a lot of your CERT teams are going to respond to, realistically, probably either natural disasters, mass casualty events, right? So you're talking mini stomps and max. Maybe, I'm sure every CERT, like having an adventure kit and everybody having an IFAK on them, I think everybody should have an IFAK on them, on your CERT team, and then you should, because that'll take care of all your people if they get hurt. Then if you have a MAC 4, MAC 8, or a mini stomp or an actual stomp, you're able to administer aid to other people, which is the community, which is the point of responding to the emergency as a team.
So their emergency is normally tornadoes, is what he's
Stomp.
responding to.
Way more stomp than mass casualty then. Way more stomp. For us, we have a disaster relief ministry that is deployed 37 37 times in the last 3 years, right? On every single deployment, we bring multiple mini Stomp bags as well as one full Stomp bag. So we'll bring one full Stomp bag with all the stuff that we need in there, and then we'll have multiple mini Stomp bags that go out when crews hit the field, and each crew gets a mini Stomp bag and has a designated medic. Hope that helps, and I would recommend that process for your team. We have had teams render aid in the field. It happened on our last deployment. Guy was pulling sheet metal out of a fence that blew through off in a tornado, came back, sliced him open. Heath actually rendered aid. Shout out to Heath. Gang, gang. It's too long. The clap is too long. You gotta record it again, shorter. We can't wait through that. So any more questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Gives me a breath.
We got another question. Do you have first aid kits for backpackers?
I do.
We've done custom kits too.
We do custom kits for backpackers. I recommend for backpackers probably a Bearman 2.0. That gives you a little bit of your boo-boo capability. If you're out in the field, you're wandering, adventuring, can strap right to the side of your backpack super easily. You have outside tourniquet access and accessibility, as well as you have access to shears, which can be helpful when you're backpacking. And it's a really thoughtful, well-built kit. So I'd recommend the Bearman 2.0. I probably got one. Skidoosh. And you can get it like, high-vis red with a red stripe. That way it's on the outside of your bag, and people are like, oh, that has to be a first aid kit. Otherwise, they're just really into red bags on the outside of stuff. Said no one ever. So it would just attach on the outside. You'd be able to pull it out, right? Set this down. So this opens up, and in here, you have an assortment of different bags here. So you have your chest seals, right, for punctures of the pleural space. You have assorted gauze and a burn tech dressing. You also have like iodine, burn gel, antiseptic towelettes, triple antibiotic ointment, sting relief, all that right here, over-the-counter little, ointments and such. Then we have a Band-Aid bag, as well as we have some steri strips, which I think is pretty important and pretty dope because steri strips just are great for lacerations. You guys did an awesome video on like steri strips and stuff. You were talking about it. And then we have some rolled gauze, gloves, compressed gauze, eye shield, eye pad, tape, emergency trauma dressing, and a Sharpie, right? And then we have, the tourniquet and the shears on the outside. This is an extremely comprehensive kit. It's affordable, and it's great. It's versatile. So for a backpacker, I would think that's a great idea.
I have a question.
Oh, question.
What larger medical items do you need to bring to? Oh wait, did you already ask that?
No, he
Okay.
just said it.
What larger medical items do you bring to natural disaster deployments, like stretchers, warning gear, field hospital type stuff, on local sheriff's posse?
Yeah, that's a great question. So some of the bigger equipment that we always bring is hard stretchers for evac, as well as straps. We always bring the assortment of kits that we do. We have heart rate monitors, we have blood pressure monitors, all that stuff inside of our kits.
Survival blanket.
All that stuff is in our kits. We bring full mini Stomps and Stomp bags, which is like miniature hospitals and hospitals on your back. And then, did we let the law enforcement know?
He's on a
No, he's on.
He's on local law enforcement, yeah. And then we always let local law enforcement know, hey, we're in the area, this is what we're doing, and they appreciate it. But yeah, definitely stretchers to move the casualty. I'm not going to get this in there and
It's
looking
okay.
the right way. I'm going to stop trying. Definitely litters or stretchers to move the casualty. And a majority of the stuff that we're going to do is we're going to move to the higher level of care, right? And so our big thing is stop them from dying, move them off the X, or move them off the X, stop them from dying, and then get them to the higher level of care. And so for us, majority of that's going to be covered inside of, those mini stomps, litters, stretchers, and then basic vital monitoring. What you got?
Any upgrades to the IFAKs you'd recommend or additional equipment for EDC?
For EDC, yeah, every single IFAK you buy another tourniquet. 2 tourniquets. You never buy 1 tourniquet, you buy 2. 1 is none, 2 is 1, right? So I'll give you an example. Somebody earlier asked about a plate carrier. If you have an IFAK, right, this right here goes on your back, right? That's not your first tourniquet. Your first tourniquet lives in your weak shoulder, right? So if you have your strong side shoulder, I'm left-handed, right? So I do this, right? Right here, I have another tourniquet stage with rubber bands that I can just deploy one-handed. I don't have to reach around the back or anything like that. So I have a minimum outside accessible 2 tourniquets. So I would recommend doing an additional tourniquet. If you're authorized, I'd recommend a T-pack or a decompression needle. If you're not authorized, don't get one. Or get one and know who can use it and know that you can't, because you can kill yourself or your friends. So,
Hand it to the person who is authorized
yeah.
to use it.
I don't do decompression needles. I'm not over here pretending I know how to do decompression needles because I like my friends alive. What you got?
What would you suggest for motorcycle riders with the main injury being to the eyes?
Glasses.
I think that's required. Isn't eye protection required?
It's not. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
in
safety
Florida it
glasses.
was.
So I would recommend so first things first, for a motorcycle driver, I'd recommend put a slit kit or a pock kit and a tourniquet in your pockets on your person. Because majority of motorcycle accidents, it's not the eyes. You're ejected from the motorcycle. And so I really, really think that that's important. And then if you're really worried about eye injuries on a motorcycle, the bare min has eye shields in it and eye pads and stuff like that. And the adventure kit itself, if you're going like overlanding and touring and stuff like that, and you have big saddlebags, you could fit an adventure bag in there. I believe it has eye wash.
Not the adventure.
No, it doesn't. We just talked about that.
No, the ox and
The ox and the
mini stomp.
the ox and mini stomp do. But you could add an eye wash to that. What you got?
Another Facebook question from the same gentleman from before.
'Kay.
Thank you. Maybe expanding our operation to animal rescue response countywide. Have canine massive kit for my dog. Any plans for a livestock/homestead med kit?
Yes, we have a livestock and a homestead med kit. It's really covered under the adventure bag and the mini stomp. Like those two right there, you go to either of those, you should be able to cover majority of things on your homestead. Especially if you already have a mastiff. A mastiff, you're good to go. You should have fluids actively accessible as well as the readiness to start them. So you're pretty taken care of if you grab either an adventure kit or a mini stomp. If you want to be like super duper prepared, grab the mini stomp. But between those kits, I mean, dude, that's you're better than 98% of Americans, I'd say, in their med preps if you have all of that kit, which is good. I think you should be. Not better than us, but we be prepping. We do med stuff.
Especially if we're all together.
Right, yeah. Put all of us in a room. It's a friggin' hospital. Fully functioning hospital.
How many tourniquets are in each one of our vehicles? I put down
I have
frickin' his
5.
visor and I get hit with
Yeah, tourniquets,
I
yeah.
have 5 in my truck alone.
Yeah.
5 at all times in every vehicle. Actually, I think I have like 20 in my car right now. Cause nope,
You're
I got
back
even
from SHOT
more.
Show?
I got even more because I have 15 in my truck right now from SHOT Show. I have a medic bag that has 4. I have my truck that has 5. I have a lot of tourniquets in my truck right now.
We got another question.
Another question.
They want to know, are we familiar with the Slishman pressure wrap?
I am familiar
Is
with
it
the
weak?
Schleichmann pressure wrap.
Slishman? Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Slish?
I think this thing is so cool. I really do.
Thoughts on it as for an IFAK bleeding control item for direct pressure. So obviously,
I think that this has a place for adults with direct pressure. I think that if you put this in IFAKs for adults, somebody will try to use it as a tourniquet and it will fail and it will kill them. So you have to really teach people. And like you said, Christina, it could cause nerve damage too. If you're wrapping like this, right? If you start to get a lot of twists and you go really tight, it'll hurt nerves. What I love this for is a child application tourniquet. This is the best version of a child application tourniquet that I've seen thus far. I can get it to arterial restrict on me, right? I know for a fact I can get it on my 2-year-old, right? It rolls up really, really compact. And for those of you who can't see and haven't seen the Schlichman wrap, it's an elastic band, right? It's almost like a freaking exercise, like a headband. Like you would put it on your head, like to exercise with or something like that. Do one of these, you know? But it's an elastic band that has a woven, sewn red tab with Velcro right here. And then you can expand the size of the loop, right? Because it's just fed through that red little loop there. And you can make it as big as you want. Well, this would act as your hole for the tourniquet, right? That you'd put your arm through. And so what you can do, throughout the whole bandage here, there's hook and loop, like so. So that way when you wrap it with tension, it secures itself, which means it doesn't need a windlass. Acts, it's like this weird thing in between a Cat Gen 7. It's like somebody put a Cat Gen 7 and a SWAT T and threw them together. It's really interesting, okay? So you would apply it like so, right? So I'm going to just go on this arm right here. I know that that's not where you put a tourniquet on. I know it goes high and tight, okay? I'm just showing you guys right here, okay? So you would put this on like so, okay? And once you get it tight but not super tight, that's when I believe you start your compression. So then you go around, right? And you do your first wrap, and it grabs on that hook and loop right there, right? You can hear it grabbing on the hook and loop. And then you go another tight wrap here, like so, and then it grabs on that hook and loop right there. And then you go another tight wrap, and it grabs on that hook and loop right there. And you can keep going for as long as the bandage is. And I already have arterial restriction. I don't know if I have full, but I've got pretty good freaking restriction right now already.
I was able to do restriction on myself as well.
Yeah.
I like the
But do you know how to use a tourniquet?
Maybe.
So,
I like
and you
that
can,
don't lose all of the tension too because of that
right.
periodic.
So right now I can let go on accident. I still have my tension. I still have my restriction because these hook and loop tabs. It looks like an ETD, almost like an emergency trauma dressing. And then you come back all the way with your last rep, like so, and then you have a little time tab. And you put your application time right there, right? And then to pull it off, you can just do one of these, you know, freaking unroll it. So yeah, I have seen the Schlissman. We're actively looking at it. I think it's an awesome product. I don't think it's made in the U.S.
He's trying.
He's trying. I believe that he's trying. We want to buy some because they're freaking cool. I don't know. It'll probably save lives if we buy them now anyways. So yeah, we're thinking about carrying these right now. I think it's a great product. Who asked that? That's such a rant. This is like
Liberty
not
off-road.
really.
He said he's been talking to Schlissman, so he
Okay.
wanted to get our
Yeah. So
thoughts on it.
yeah,
Medic
it's not.
House has been talking about it too.
Yeah, not a lot of people know about this. This is still kind of secret. I had some bigger friends and higher ups at big companies that didn't know about this, and I was like, ooh, that's a well hidden secret. We should hop on that thing now. So if the market is starting to know,
Yep.
you know,
Well,
we
I
should.
think he's starting to try to get it out there.
Would you recommend Israeli bandages? Yes, but I would recommend emergency trauma dressings more. It's like saying, would you recommend a MacBook? Yes, but I would recommend a new MacBook and not an old MacBook, right? And so an emergency trauma dressing is the advanced version of an Israeli
When we
bandage.
couldn't get ETDs.
When we couldn't get ETDs, we sold Israeli bandages. I have Israeli bandages. I just would prefer to have an ETD. It's just better made. Any other questions? We got a few more minutes. 6 more minutes, baby. That's all we got.
Skipper and Mo, I'm assuming like Skipper, Missouri, said, please tell my wife the tourniquet are not for nosebleeds.
Tourniquets are not for nosebleeds. Tell your wife to stop trying to kill you, because she'd have to be trying to put it on your neck, right?
Did he mean tourniquets, or did he mean to type something else for nosebleeds? Because that's what people usually
Oh,
say.
tampons?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, tampons are not for nosebleeds.
I bet that's what he was trying to say.
No, again.
Actually, I thought tampons
don't
were...
clot. That's
Yeah.
literally
That's right.
why they're made the way they're made.
Yeah.
They are not meant to clot.
Yeah.
Saws on... Who's watching YouTube? Saws on YouTube. Hey, shalom, Saws. ETA on the new Stomp with the new bag. The new Stomp with the new bag will be coming this month. We just gave away the first edition. It's freaking awesome. 38 pounds. So it is heavy, but it is a hospital on your back. 100%. There's no...
It's more than an ambulance.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Like, really.
But do you know what's on an ambulance?
No, Bob. I have no clue. She's never been on one, actually, for like 20 years. She never set foot on one.
Question?
Yep. How would they order custom kits?
How would you order custom kits? You would reach out to sales at Refuge Medical, because Foe is a custom kitting machine. He will build you bags. He will put whatever components in that kit. He will build you a first aid kit. He will build you a toolkit.
So he'll know what you're missing.
Yes. And so, I mean, he really is. I've watched him build custom kits for, I think, 10 different businesses in the last 30 days.
Which one's the faux button?
That is bussin'. And they're all good. They're all good. So, yeah, reach out to Foe. Foe Diddley, sales at Refuge. He will help you out. 100%. No tampons and IFAKs. I agree, Medic Mouse. Basic dude stuff. No tampons. Well, tampons, but like for tampon stuff, you know, not just in general. Awesome, looking forward to it. 32 pounds of life-saving gear. On target, brother. I'll see you out there, man. All right. Ribo rockets are not tampons. Yes, Ribo rockets are not tampons. Those are different. Although I go back and forth on the Ribo rocket thing. I'm sorry. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
Got 4 minutes.
All right, 4 minutes. Any more questions? Feel like you want to throw it in the chat. You know, we have, who's here? TikTok? TikTok. Hey, guys, if you haven't liked us, followed us, subscribed to us, shared us, shouted us out, thank you so much for doing that if you have. And if you haven't, what are you doing? You know, come on, hop on the train. Get on the Refuge bus. We're teaching you. We're giving you the tools. And we're having a good time doing it. Yep. And we're looking dang good. Okay, so, I mean, what do you got?
So it says meds, ... higher level OTC kit that qualifies for HSA/FSA.
Jace Medical, ... That's what you got. Oh, and talk to your doc. Honestly, if you want OTC, like higher level OTCs, talk to your doctors and explain to them and have them write you a script because that's how you're getting it, dude. Or go to Mexico.
Yeah. And Jace's kit is really cool.
Jace's kit is really good. When it comes to like antibiotics and like, if you don't just use Jace's, I don't understand. People are like, why don't you sell antibiotics? Because they're doing a really good job of it. So I mean, go check out Jace Medical. And we don't have I've never talked to anybody at Jace Medical. I have no affiliation. We don't know them. Like some of us have paid the money for their products, but like we should probably have an affiliation. We don't, but we just recommend them because it works. Yeah.
He said, saw Jace, maybe my next purchase. Thanks.
Awesome. Faux is the best. Contingency medical can help as well. Yeah, I've heard that too. Jace has more seat time, and I think they have a little bit more systems in place. I'm all for who can deliver on the product and who's getting good sourcing. When we're talking about medical stuff like that. What you got?
Doesn't look like we have any other questions.
No other
People are
questions.
just saying thank you for being FSA, HSA.
Oh, well, we freaking love you guys. Of course we're HSA and FSA. That's a really easy way for you to use your money to buy kit that you need. It's a no-brainer for us, 100%. Recommendations for an IFAK in a fine wood shop. Yes, the OSHA compliance kit. It is literally the kit of the week this week. It is like freaking, what is the basic? How much is it? $200?
$209.
$209. Dude, it's for this week, $209? Come on. Go get a freaking OSHA basic for your wood shop. That'll have your trauma capability. That'll have your small bandage. That'll have eye wash for everything, dude. Go get an OSHA compliance kit. Here we go. This is an advanced. This is not a basic, but you can just, grab an advanced. It has even more trauma capability. But this is a really great American-built kit. It stands out in the wood shop. You'll be able to see it, right? You can tell somebody, maybe you have a helper working that day who doesn't know anything because helpers suck nowadays. And you could say, instead of go grab that first aid kit, hey, go grab that yellow thing, dummy. And then they bring you that yellow thing and you're able to, have a first aid kit. Because, some kids, they can't read nowadays. We're not doing great. Trust me. A lady of the night approached me in Vegas at 7 in the morning. So, on a Tuesday.
So she was a lady of
It wasn't even like it was Saturday and she was still working from Friday. She's a lady of the morning. She's a lady of the really late night. Thanks, y'all, for keeping it real. Have a good day, y'all. Bye, Taylor. Love you. Welpop went ahead and said what I was going to say. The antibiotic pack, what they put into military IFAKs would be a great addition to the Bear Fac. We can't sell you that. We can't sell you an antibiotic pack of the Bear Fac.
If we could, we would.
I don't think you understand. We legally cannot sell you antibiotics. You need to have a prescription for it. I recommend you go to Jace Medical.
Is the advanced ox on sale too?
Yes, I think it's like
$329.
$329? Yeah, $329. It's $209 for basic right now. It's $329 for advanced. And that's for this week. And then what is next week?
Kit of the week?
Yeah, what's the kit? Crash Facts next week. The Crash Fac, not the Crash Kit.
Yeah.
The Crash Fac, just the first aid kit. Okay. Yeah, this week is both OSHA kits. We really did both OSHA kits this week? Dang, dude. Balling. Cool.
You weren't here last week,
I know. You do what you want. Somebody said AEDs. Yeah, dude, we're trying to get AEDs. They're super expensive. Lead time's really long. And there's a lot of manufacturing knowledge to have when it comes to AEDs. So for us as a brand to choose which brand of AEDs we're supporting, not only the logistics of their supply chain, but do their products suck? And nobody's like, yeah, I'll send you that $3,000 sample. It's like, no, I want to make sure that this works. So it's a challenge, and we're overcoming it rapidly. Fo is a killer with the AEDs. I think he was pricing them before the live started. Yeah, so he's on it, I promise. If you're talking about it, we've probably been talking about it for a week or two because we do this every day. So it's just basic dude stuff. We're figuring it out. And dudette stuff.
Thank you.
We're a woman-powered workplace now.
You are overpowered.
I am. I've been overrun. It's me and Heath against the world over here. Because Ty and Ethan are just young lads. Well, Fo's here too. But Fo goes on sales calls and he disappears. You know.
Grandpa.
He's Grandpa. Grandpa Fo. Gotta love him. All right. Do we have anything else? Any other questions? Any other concerns? Inquiries? You know, we just want to say, as always, from Refuge Medical, that we freaking love you guys. That we could not do what we do without you. Seriously. There are 22 families that are able to keep going because you guys decided to support this company over a different one. So we're going to work our asses off to make sure that you get the absolute best service possible. If you ever need anything, call us, hit us up, shoot us a text, slide into our DMs on any of these social media things and however we can help, we will. 100%. And however we can help, we will. 100%. And yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything else to add? Super happy to be back on the live. Missed you.
I'm having a giveaway on Facebook next
You're
week.
having a giveaway on Facebook next
Sure
week.
am.
Whoa, whoa! What are you giving away?
Tourniquet.
Tourniquet.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom. Better follow the Facebook, dude. Looks like Christina's over there doing tourniquet giveaway. Dude, what do you think you are? The
Didn't
frick.
ask permission
I
either.
know. She just did it.
Sort of.
Yeah, she's like, I'm doing a tourniquet giveaway. I'm like, okay, I guess. That's awesome. Sweet. So,
I asked the other boss.
yeah,
She asked.
the other boss. My boss. Awesome. Sweet. Well, we love you guys. Great. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. As always, it's a party. You're invited. Bring your questions. Check the newsletter for the Kid of the Week deals, as well as what your trivia question is for next week. But wow, that's it. That's the live. That's a show. We out. Boom, 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 boom. How do I turn this off? Oh, it's all the way over there. Good grief.
It's way over there.
Here you go.
Now we're gonna.